Good morning, Javaga sir.
Good morning, sir.
Javaga, is it audible?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Javagar, we can hear you. What do you want? Start off.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
I hope all the other candidates also could hear you. Any one of the candidates who are there online, please confirm our English, our chemistry assistant Professor Javagar is audible or not, please. Anybody?
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You are audible.
Yes. Thank you. Myself, yes, Javagar, chemistry faculty. And then, okay, let us keep introduction because time constraints and directly go to the class. Okay. Today we are going to discuss chemistry important objective type question and answer. Okay. Wait, I will share. The first question: What makes a solution? What makes a solution? A. Solute and solvent. B. Solute and solute. C. Solvent and solvent. D. None of the above. Anybody? What makes a solution? A. Solute and solvent. B. Solute and solute. C. Solvent and solvent. D. None of the above.
Excuse me, Javaga sir.
Yes, sir.
Please run the slide. Run the slideshow. So the answer is visible directions. Please run the slideshow.
No, now, sir. Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Answer is A. Solute and solvent. The solution is made up of two components, that is solid and solvent.
Stop, sir.
Just a minute.
Looking at. Okay. Slideshow. Either the share.
No. அதுல போய்க்கோ இதுல போங்க
Because happened.
நியூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க எதாவது பார்த்துங்க
சரிங்க கொடுக்காத நீ பத்தி வச்சுட்டு That's it.
இல்ல அப்படியே தெரியுதா ஆன்சர்?
அப்புறம் அப்படி நிறைய ஸ்லைட் ஷோ கம்மி பண்ணு.
ஸ்லைட்ஸோட தானே எனக்கு போட்டிருக்கோம். தானே மினிமை ஆகுது.
நீ எப்படி நடத்திட்டு
Just a minute. Display होगा. Answer you. Next question. Display लगाता. Next question. Which of the following option is not a viable option? Sorry, sir. Not a viable options. A. Brass. Very good. Very good. A. Brass. B. Bronze. C. Hydrated salts. D. Aerated rings. Aerated rings. While not an alloy material like A, B, and C, they are not viable products. Okay. A solid solution is one or more solids. Solid state solution is solvent. Solid solutions include brass, bronze, and hydrated salts. Liquid solution include aerated beverages. Aerated drinks is the correct answer. And next one, what is an example of camphor in N2 gas? A. Solid in gas solutions. B. Gas in gas solution. C. Solid in liquid solution. D. Liquid in gas solution. What is the correct answer? Anybody? Correct answer is A. Solid in gas solid. Because camphor is a solid gas nitrogen. Okay.
Sir,
Solid in gas is the
your
correct.
your screen is stuck in the first slide, the first question.
Okay, just a minute. I will check.
Okay, now it's all right. Okay, now it's all right.
Sure. Okay. Next. What happens when a solid and crystal is added to a super saturated solution? A. It becomes a colloidal solution. B. The solid dissolves in the solution. C. The solution desaturates. D. The solid precipitates out of the solutions. D is the correct answer because solid precipitates leave the solutions and from the crystalline precipitate when a solid crystals is added to supersaturated solution. Seeding refers to the addition of the solid crystal. So answer is the solid precipitate out of the solutions. Next, in a fuel cell, which of the following can be utilized as a fuel? A. Nitrogen. B. Argon. C. Hydrogen. D. Helium. Anybody?
Hydrogen.
Yes. No, nitrogen is not a correct answer. In a fuel cell, which of the following can be utilized as a fuel? Hydrogen is the correct answer. Nitrogen is inert, not a fuel. Argon, noble gas, totally unreactive. Hydrogen fuel is modern fuel cells. Helium also a noble gas, does not participate in chemical reactions. Answer is hydrogen, I think. Okay, correct. In your fuel cell, which of the following can be utilized as a fuel? Answer is C, hydrogen. Okay. Next question. Which of the following is given to a fuel cell's cathode? A, hydrogen. B, nitrogen. C, oxygen. D, chlorine. Which one? What's the correct answer?
Oxygen.
Can anybody tell the answer?
Oxygen.
Yes, very good. Hydrogen goes to the anode. Nitrogen is not involved in the reactions. Oxygen fed to the cathode. Okay, oxygen is the correct answer. Chlorine also not used in fuel cell. Okay. C and oxygen is the correct answer. Next, in a dry cell, which of the following is the electrolyte? A. Potassium hydroxide. B. Sulfuric acid. C. Ammonium chloride. D. Manganese dioxide. Which one?
Manganese dioxide.
No, no. Potassium hydroxide is used in alkaline cells, not regular dry cells. Okay. Sulfuric also
Mangan-
used in lead acid batteries, not dry cells. Ammonium
Manganese
chloride is the correct answer. Because electrolyte is standard dry cells. Ammonium chloride, electrolyte. Manganese dioxide, cathode material is not electrolyte. So C, ammonium chloride is the correct answer. Again, I read, in a dry cells, which of the following is the electrolyte? C, ammonium chloride is the correct answer. Okay. And then next. Which of the following does not belong in the category of electrochemical cells? A, voltaic cell. B, photovoltaic cell. C, electrolytic cell. D, fuel cell.
voltaic cell.
Yeah. B, photovoltaic is correct answer. Because voltaic cell is converts chemical energy to electrical energy via spontaneous redox reactions. Okay. Daniel cell. Example, Daniel cell. Photovoltaic cell is the correct answer. Electrolytic cell use electrical energy drive a non-spontaneous chemical energy, electrolysis of water. Fuel cell converts chemical energy like hydrogen and oxygen into electrical energy continuously. Photoelectric cell is the correct answer, not an electrochemical cell. It converts light energy directly into electrical energy using semiconductors. So, which of the following does not belong the category of electrochemical cells? Photovoltaic cell is the correct answer. Light energy directly into electrical using semiconductors, not chemical reactions commonly used in solar panel. Okay. So correct answer is B, photovoltaic cell. Then next, the study of reaction kinetics is called A, rate of reactions. B, mechanism of reactions. C, factors which affect the rate of reactions. D, all of the mentioned. Anybody?
Option D.
Very good. Option D is the correct answer. Because rate of the reaction, fast reaction occurs. Okay. Mechanism of reactions, the step-by-step pathway the reaction follows. Factors with affect rate of reaction, like temperature, concentration, catalysis, surface areas, etc. So all of the mentions. D is the correct answer. The reaction rate constant can be defined as the rate of reaction when each reactant concentration is as A 0, B unity, C doubled the initial concentrations, D infinite. Which one? The reaction rate constant can be defined as the rate of reaction when each reactant's concentration is unity is the correct answer. Yes. B unity is the correct answer. The next, what effect does temperature have on the half-life of the first order reactions? A, it increases. B, it decreases. C, it remains the same. D, both increases as well as decrease. Which one? It decreases. B is the correct answer. Because for the first order reaction, the rate constant increases on increasing temperature, but for the half-life of the first order reactions, the rate constant inversely proportional to high life, thus an increasing temperature has life decreases. So it decreases is the correct answer. Next, in a reaction, what is the driving force? Very easy. A, energy given. B, energy released. C, free energy. D, none of the mentioned. Which one?
Energy given.
Anybody?
Energy given.
The change in free energy, which is related to the equilibrium constant, is the reaction's driving force. Is a K constant. Free energy is the correct answer. Yes, C. Again, I read in a reaction, what is the driving force? Free energy is the correct answer. Okay. Answer C, free energy. The next, when the molecules of substance are kept at the surface of a solid or liquid, what's the name of the process? When the molecules of the substance are kept at the surface of a solid or a liquid, what's the name of the process? A, absorption. D, adsorption. C, absorption. D, desorption. Anybody?
Option.
Can anybody tell the answer?
Option B.
Very good, very good. Absorption is the process of substance molecule accumulating in a larger concentrations on the surface of a solid or a liquid gases. For example, surface of the charcoal. So answer is absorptions. Okay. B, absorption is the correct answer. Which of the following is not a lyophobic colloidal example? A, gold solution. B, sulfur solutions. C, sodium chloride, NaCl solution. D, blood.
Blood.
Yeah. Anyone say the answer? Can anybody tell the answer? Which of the following is not a lyophobic colloidal example? A, gold solution. B, sulfur solution. C, sodium chloride, NaCl solutions. D, blood.
NaCl solution.
Ah, very good, very good. Gold solution also lyophobic, sulfur solution lyophobic, and blood is colloidal by lyophobic, lyophilic, not lyophobic. Okay. So NaCl is the correct answer, not a colloidal. Then next, which of the following slows down the reaction rate? A, catalytic promoters. B, homogeneous catalyst. C, catalytic poisons. D, heterogeneous catalyst. Which one?
Catalytic poison.
Options C.
Okay. Option C, catalytic poisons. Because catalytic promoter, this increase the efficiency of catalyst. Okay. Homogeneous catalyst is same phase of reactants and it increases the rate of reactions. Catalytic poisons is the correct answer. So none of the deactivates the catalyst. Heterogeneous catalyst is different phase. It also increases reaction rate. So correct answer is catalytic poisons. Okay. Okay, very good. And the next, What's the term for a liquid dispersants in another liquid? Emulsion, B. Aerosol, C. Gel, D. Foam.
Emulsion.
Which one? Good.
Option
Emulsion is the correct answer. Liquid dispersed in another liquid. Emulsion. Aerosol, liquid or solid dispersed in gas. Gel, liquid dispersed in solid. Foam, gas dispersed in liquid of solid. For example, aerosol ke hairspray, gel, jelly or butter, foam, cream, sponge. So emulsion is the correct answer. Next one, when copper chips are exposed to concentrated nitric acid, which gas is produced? Nitrogen third oxide, nitrogen 4 oxide, nitrogen first oxide, nitrogen second oxide. One. Nitrogen 4 oxide. Nitrogen third oxide, also called nitric acid, formed in reaction dilute nitric acids. Nitrogen 4 oxide is the correct answer, produced with concentrated nitric acids. Nitrogen first, also called laughing gas. Laughing gas, nitrogen oxide, nitrous oxide. Okay, laughing gas. Not produced in these reactions. Nitrogen second oxide, another name of nitric acid, which again from the dilute acid. Nitrogen 4 oxide is the correct answer. Which of the following statement above hypophosphorus acid is incorrect? Which of the following statements about hypophosphorus acid is incorrect? It is also called phosphonic acid. B, the oxidation state of phosphorus is +1. C, it is monobasic. D, it is represented by the formula H3PO2.
option C.
C, it is monobasic. No, that is not a correct answer.
Option D.
It is also called phosphonic acid is the correct answer. Check. Yes. It's also called phosphonic acid. The oxo acid of phosphorus, hypophosphorus acid, commonly known as phosphonic acid. Commonly known as phosphonic acid, has a phosphorus oxidation state of +1. In nature, it is monobasic, meaning is dissociated in hydrogen ion. H3PO2 is the chemical formula for it. Answer it is also called phosphonic acid. Again, I read which of the following statement about hypophosphorus acid is incorrect. So correct. The correct answer is A. It is also called phosphonic acid. As an electroplated protective covering, what metal is used? Very easy. A, plutonium, C, chromium, C, nickel, D, iron. Which one?
Chromium.
As a electroplated protective covering, what metal is used? Protective.
Chromium.
A, plutonium, B, chromium, C, nickel, D, iron. Anybody? Plutonium is a not correct answer. Radioactive and not used in electroplating. Chromium is the correct answer. Especially in chrome plating is shiny, finish and hardness. Nickel most widely used to protective electroplating. Iron also rust, not used in plating metal. B, chromium is the correct answer. Chrome plating is shiny and hardness. Okay. Nickel also correct. Most widely used in protective electroplating now. Okay. Next, Bayes reagent is which of the following? A. Acidified KMNO4. B. Aqueous KMNO4. C. Acidified K2Cr2O7. D. Alkaline KMNO4.
Alkaline KMNO4.
Very good, very good. Alkaline KMNO4 is the correct answer. Bayes reagent. Acidified KMNO4, strong oxidizing, but not Bayes reagent. Aqueous KMNO4, not specific enough, needs an alkaline and dilute. Acidified K2Cr2, the different oxidizing agent together. So alkaline KMNO4 is the correct answer. Bayes reagent, which of the following acidified KMNO4, aqueous KMNO4, acidified K2Cr2O7, D alkaline KMNO4. D is the correct answer. Alkaline KMNO4. AgCl. AgCl fails to pass which of the following test? A. Alkaline test. C. Acidic test. B. Acidic test. C. Chromium chloride test. D. Bayes reagent. Which one? AgCl fails to pass which of the following test? AgCl dissolves in ammonia, making it soluble in alkaline conditions. Acidic test AgCl is not affected by acidic conditions in the way change in properties significantly. Chromium chloride test AgCl fail it test because it does not react to form chromium chloride. Yes, chromium chloride test is the correct answer. Because AgCl fails test because it does not react to form chromium chloride. Bayes reagent AgCl is not involved in Bayes reagent test, which they in organic compounds, not inorganic salt like AgCl. Bayes reagent. Chromium chloride test is the correct answer. Next one. Hey, mute your mic. Mute your. Okay, next. Which of the following has a coordination number as a future? A. Coordination unity. B. Ligand. C. Central atom. D. Coordination compound. Which one?
Coordination entity.
Very good. No? Central atom. Which of the following has a coordination number as a future? Coordination has a coordination number of as a future. Coordination unity. Central atom. The coordination number of the central atom ions in a complex also known as secondary valency is defined as the number of donor atoms is directly bound to. As the result, the coordination number is quantity relative of metal ions. I think coordination unity is the correct answer. Okay, check later this one. Coordination unity, the coordination number specifically describes the number of ligands surrounding central atom or ion in a coordination unity. This question, which of the following has a coordination number as a future? Check later this one. Central atom is the correct answer and coordination unity also. Check later. I will tell later this one. The next, which of the following statement about coordination compounds bonding is incorrect? Bonding is incorrect. Okay. A. Crystal field theory. B. VSEPR theory. C. Valence bond theory. D. Molecular orbital theory. Anybody?
Molecular
A.
orbital theory.
No. The VSEPR theory. Check. Bonding is incorrect. Which of the following statement about coordination compound bonding is incorrect? The EPR theory was electron pairs in atoms to explain the structure of particular molecules. The theories VPT, valence bond theory, crystal field theory, LFT, and MOT explain the nature of bonding of coordination compounds. Correct answer is VSEPR theory. Which substance is used to determine the hardness of water using a simple titrations? Mg, magnesium EDTA, B, Fe EDTA, C, Na2 EDTA, D, CO EDTA. What the full form of EDTA? Anybody say? Can anybody? What the full form of EDTA? Ethylene diamine tetraacetic. Okay. Say, okay, leave it. Which substance is used to determine the hardness of water using a simple titrations? MgEDTA, B, FeEDTA, C, Na2EDTA, D, COEDTA. Which one? Correct answer is C. MgEDTA is complex, not typically used for titration, determine water hardness. Fe also same, complex with iron, not used for water hardness determinations. Na2EDTA, sodium EDTA is the titrate used in hardness determinations of water. Na2EDTA, sodium, is a titrate used in the hardness determination of water. CODTA would be complex with cobalt, not used in hardness titrations. Okay. Correct answer is Na2EDTA. Again, I read, which substance used to determine the hardness of water using a simple titration? Okay. Sodium Na2EDTA is the correct answer. Next one. When phenol reacts with the bromine water, what's the result? When phenol reacts with bromine water, what's the result? A, brown liquid, B, colorless, C, white precipitate, D, no reaction. Which one? Phenol reacted, that time white precipitate is formed because 2,4 is diphenol. So answer is C is the correct answer, white precipitate. Yes. When phenol reacts with bromine water, what's the result? White precipitate. Because phenol is treated with bromine water, a white precipitate is formed, which is 2,4 is diproprophenol. Okay. Bromine water, 2,4,6 diproprophenol. White precipitate is correct answer. Then next, which of the following alcohol is not polyhydric? A, propylene glycol, B, ethylene glycol, C, cyclohexanol, D, benzene 1,2-diol. Which one? Anybody? Which of the following alcohols is not polyhydric? Not polyhydric. A, propylene glycol, B, ethylene glycol, C, cyclohexanol, D, benzene 1,2-diol. Polyhydric alcohols include 2 or more hydroxide groups and are classified glycols in common systems or diols and triols in the IUPAC system. Okay. For example, for propylene glycol, polyhydric alcohols, 2 OH groups. Ethylene glycol, polyhydric alcohol, 2 minus OH groups. Cyclohexanol, not polyhydric, is only 1 OH group. So cyclohexanol is the correct answer. Benzene 1,2-diol, polyhydric alcohol, 2 OH group. Again, I read, which of the following alcohol is not polyhydric? Cyclohexanol is the correct answer. Next, when acetamide is converted to methylamine, what is the name of the reaction? When acetamide is converted to methylamine, what's the name of the reactions? A. Friedel-Crafts reactions. B. Hoffman reactions. C. Hoffman bromide degradation reactions. D. Heisenberg reactions. Which one?
Friedel-Crafts reaction.
No. When acetamide is converted to methylamine, what's the name of reactions? A. Friedel-Crafts reactions. B. Hoffman reaction. C. Hoffman bromide degradation reactions. D. Heisenberg. When bromine is added to an amide in an aqueous or ethanolic sodium hydroxide solution, the amide degrades. I think Hoffman bromide degradation reactions. Yes. Amide. When bromine is added to an amide in aqueous and ethanolic sodium hydroxide solutions, the amide resulting to the creations of primary amine, Hoffman bromide degradation reaction is reaction that involves degradations of an amide. Hoffman bromide degradation reactions is the correct answers. Which of these substances has a lower melting point than amine? A. Alcohol. B. Ether. C. Carboxylic acid. D. Phosphine. Alcohols can form hydrogen bonds. Ether, ROR have a dipole interactions. Carboxylic acid or COOH. Phosphine pH 3. Which one? Which of these substance has a lower melting point than amine? The characteristics of primary and secondary amines are included by hydrogen bonding. As a result, amine have greater melting and boiling points than the comparable phosphine. Okay, often lower than the corresponding alcohols and carboxylic acids, ether, etc. Which of these substances has lower melting point of the amine? Phosphine is the correct answer. Very good. Then which of the following is not thermoplastic example? 29th question. Which of the following is not thermoplastic example? A. Polyvinyl chloride. B. Epoxy. C. Polyesters. D. Nylon. Which one?
Option A.
No. Epoxy is not thermoplastic material. Thermoplastic include polyvinyl chloride, nylon, and polyesters. Epoxy is the correct answer. Polyvinyl, that is thermoplastic that can be molded or reshaped. Epoxy not a thermoplastic. Polyester also thermoplastic, soft and reshaped when heated. That time polyesters. Nylon is thermoplastic that can be remelted and reshaped. Which of the following is not thermoplastic? So B is the correct answer. Epoxy. There's a polyvinyl, polyesters, nylons, all are thermoplastics. Reshaped also when heated that time. Not thermoplastic, epoxy. Which of the following does not belong in the category of natural polymers? Which of the following does not belong in the category of natural polymers? A. Cellulose. B. Starch. C. Rayon. D. RNA. cellulose a natural polymer, starch a natural polymer, RNA natural polymer found in the living cells. Okay. And rayon is the correct. Yes, rayon, a synthetic polymer made to regenerate cellulose. Which of the following does not belong in the category of natural polymers? Rayon is the correct answer. Which of the following statements about starch is incorrect? Which of the following statement about starch is incorrect? A. It gives blue color with iodine. B. It is a polymer of a D-glucose. C. It is a reducing carbohydrate. D. It consists of branched chains.
Option
Can
D.
anybody tell? Option? Sorry?
Option D.
D. Which of the following statement about starch is incorrect? Okay. No, carbohydrate. It is a reducing carbohydrate.
Option C.
C is the correct answer. Again, I read. Which of the following statement about starch is incorrect? A. It gives blue color with iodine. B. It is polymer of A-D-glucose. C. It is a reducing carbohydrate. D. It consists of branched chains. Because it does not decrease failing solutions of tolerance reagents. C. It is a reducing carbohydrate is the correct answer, I think. Starch is non-reducing saccharide. This means that the chemical hydroxyl groups. Carbohydrate. It is a reducing carbohydrate is the correct answer. Because it does not decrease feeling solutions and tolerance reagents, not reducing saccharide. The next, which of the following substance has the highest melting point? A. Chloromethane. B. Tetrachloromethane. C. Trichloromethane. D. Dichloromethane. Which one? Which of the following substances has the highest melting point? Chloromethane, tetrachloromethane, trichloromethane, dichloromethane. Which one? What the correct answer? Anybody? B. Tetrachloromethane is the correct answer. As the molecule masses and the number of halogen atoms groups, the boiling points and intramolecular forces of the attraction increase as well. Okay. Tetrachloromethane is the correct answer. Which of the following element has the highest first ionization enthalpy? A. Magnesium. B. Strontium. C. Beryllium. D. Barium. Strontium. Which of the following element has the highest first ionization enthalpy? C. Beryllium. C. Beryllium is the correct answer. The alkaline earth metal have low ionization enthalpies due to very large size the atoms. Beryllium large size atoms. Since atomic size increases down the group, their ionization enthalpy decreases. Again, I read which of the following element has the highest first ionization enthalpy? Beryllium is the correct answer. Which of the following quantum number is also known as orbital angular momentum? This one very easy. A. Principal quantum number. B. Azimuthal quantum number. C. Magnetic quantum number. D. Electron spin quantum number.
B.
Very good, very good. Good. Azimuthal quantum number is also known as orbital angular momentum. as subsidiary quantum number is the represented by I. Azimuthal quantum number is the correct answer. And then which of these polymer is commonly used in making parachute ropes? Which of the polymer which of these polymer is commonly used in making parachute ropes? Backlight, A backlight, B nylon 66, C neoprene, D SPR. Which one? Anybody? Very easy, na, this question. Which of the polymer is commonly used in making parachute ropes? Nylon 66 is the correct answer. Nylon 66 is a polymer of adipic acid, tetramethylene dicarboxylic acid. Okay, nylon 66 is adipic acid, tetramethylene dicarboxylic acid, and hexamethylene diamine. Nylon 66 is used to manufacturing of brushes, synthetic fiber, parachute ropes, and carpets. Nylon 66 is the correct answer. Which of the following metals has an ore named galena? Galena. A nickel, B copper, C iron, D lead. This question also very easy question.
Lead.
Very good. Lead is the correct answer. And the next, what is the chemical name of deadly poison cyanide? Sulfuric acid, B hydrochloric acid, C nitric acid, D prussic acid. Which one?
Option D.
What's the chemical name of the deadly poison cyanide? A sulfuric acid, B hydrochloric acid, C nitric acid, D prussic acid. Sulfuric acid is strong acid but not related to cyanide. Hydrochloric acid, strong acid, common is stomach acid, hydrochloric acid. Okay, na. Nitric acid, strong oxidizing agent, used is explosive and fertilizers. Prussic acid is the correct answer. The chemical name of deadly poison cyanide in acidic form. Prussic acid is the correct answer. Yes. D is the correct answer. What's the chemical name of deadly poison cyanide? Prussic acid is the correct answer. Prussic. Then next, which is not an inorganic gas? A ammonia, B hydrogen sulfide, C methane, D carbon monoxide. Which one? Not an inorganic. Which is not an inorganic gas? A ammonia, B hydrogen sulfide, C methane, D carbon monoxide. Correct
Methane.
answer is C methane. Very good. Ammonia is inorganic gas, contain nitrogen and hydrogen. No CH bond. Next one, hydrogen sulfide also inorganic gas, made up of hydrogen and sulfur. No CH bond. Methane is an organic gas made up of carbon and hydrogen. CH bond. And then next, carbon monoxide, inorganic gas, carbon and oxygen is also, but no CH bonds. Correct answer is C, methane. Was the commonly referred to as laughing gas? This question very easy. Everybody is knows. I know.
Nitrous
A nitric acid, B nitrous oxide, C nitrogen pentoxide, D nitrogen. What's the correct answer? Laughing gas. Huh? Sorry?
Option B.
Very good. Option B, nitrous oxide is the correct answer. It's often referred to laughing gas due to europhic effect it produces when inhaled. Chemical formula N2O is an oxide nitrogen at room temperature is colorless, non-flammable gas. Okay. Nitrous oxide is the correct answer. Was the commonly referred as the laughing gas? Nitrous oxide. Then bell metal is an alloy of the which of the following metals? A. Copper and tin. B. Copper and mercury. C. Copper and lead. D. Copper and zinc. Which one? Bell metal.
Copper and
Copper and
tin.
very good, very good. Copper and tin is the correct answer. Is it makes bell metal? Copper and mercury amalgams, not used for bells. Copper and lead, soft and dull, used in plumbing, not bells. You are not used in bells. Copper and zinc forms brass decorations and instruments, but typically not belt. Okay, copper and zinc. Copper and tin is the correct answer. Bell metal is an alloy of which of the following metals? Copper and tin. And the next, a coordination complexes for atom or ion is also known as a coordination complexes for atom ion is also known as A. Bromstone-Lowry acid, B. Lewis base, C. Lewis acid, D. Bromstone-Lowry base. Which one? Not Bromstone-Lowry acid, because proton H donates protons, H plus, H plus, not relevant. Say incorrect. Bromstone-Lowry acid, not. Lewis base, ligands or Lewis bases, not central atom. Question is coordination complex for atom ion is also known as Lewis acid. The central metal ion accepts electron acting as a Lewis acid. Lewis acid is the correct answer. Lewis Bronsted-Lowry base accept protons, again not relevant here. Question is again I read, a coordination complexes for atom ion is also known as Lewis acid. Sorry. Which of the following is not a formaldehyde applications? A. Preservation of biological specimens. B. Preparation of acetic acid. C. Silvering of mirrors. D. Manufacturing of backlight. Which of the following is not a formaldehyde applications? A. Preservation of biological specimens. B. Preparation of acetic acid. C. Silvering of mirrors. D. Manufacturing of backlight. What's the correct answer? Preparations of acetic acid is the correct answer because formaldehyde has only one carbon atoms. It can be employed as the starting material of productions of acetic acid. It is nevertheless utilized to make backlight, glues, and polymeric items. In the silvering of mirrors, it also works of reducing agent. Preparation of acetic acid is the correct answer. Again, I which of the following is not formaldehyde applications? Preparations of acetic acid is the correct answer. Then next, which of the following substance is the least water soluble? Water soluble. A. Methanol. B. Pentanol. C. Propanol. D. Ethanol. Which one? Which of the following substance is the least water soluble? A. Methanol. B. Pentanol. C. Propanol. D. Ethanol. Which one? Can anybody say the answer? Anybody? Which of the following substance is the least water soluble? Methanol highly soluble is water due to small size and strong hydrogen bonding. So methanol is not. Pentanol, least soluble, larger hydrocarbon chain. So pentanol is the correct answer. Propanol is a favorable solution, small ketone. Ethanol soluble due to short chain and polar nature. Pentanol is the correct answer. Which of the following substance is the least water soluble? Pentanol is the correct answer. Which of these has the least unpleasant odor? A. Methanol, B. Butanol, C. Propanol, D. Ethanol. Which of these has the least unpleasant odor? A. Methanol, B. Butanol, C. Propanol, D. Ethanol. Which one?
Butanol.
Very good. Butanol is the correct answer. The odor get less strong and more fragment at the size of aldehyde molecule. Grows methanol, the strongest odor on the aldehydes. Which of these least unpleasant odor? Okay. Methanol, very unpleasant odor, strong and sour. Butanol, strong odor, but a bit milder than methanol. Propanol, still strong. Ethanol, less unpleasant. Butanol is the correct answer. The least unpleasant odor. Which of the following compound is formed when benzene alcohol is oxidized with KMNO4? Which of the following compounds is formed when benzyl alcohol is oxidized with KMNO4? A. CO2 and H2O, B. Benzoic acid, C. Benzaldehyde, D. Benzophenone. A. CO2 and H2O, B. Benzoic acid, C. Benzaldehyde, D. Benzophenone. Which one?
Benzoic
Again,
acid.
Sorry?
Benzoic acid.
Very good, very good. When benzyl alcohol is oxidized with KMNO4, benzoic acid is the result. Okay. Correct answer is benzoic acid. Very good. The next one, at 287 K, which of the following is a gas? A. Propanol, B. Acetaldehyde, C. Formaldehyde, D. Acetone. Gas. Formaldehyde is the correct answer. A 287 at 287K. Which of the following is a gas? Propanol, B. Acetaldehyde, C. Formaldehyde, D. Acetone. Answer C is the formaldehyde is the correct answer. Boiling point is below 287 K. So it will be a gas. Propanol liquid. 287 K is a liquid. Acetaldehyde also, so it is a liquid. The formaldehyde only gas. Boiling point is below 287 Kelvin. Acetophenone also liquid. Acetone also liquid. Ethers may be used as a solvents because they react only with which of the following reactants? Oxidizing agents, B. Bases, C. Acids, D. Reducing agents. Again, I read, ethers may be used as solvents because they react only with which of the following reactants? A. Oxidizing agent, B. Bases, C. Acids, D. Reducing agents. Which one? Acids is the correct answer. Nucleophiles and bases cannot attack ether. However, because their capacity to solve cations by giving electron pair from the oxygen atom. They are excellent solvent in many chemical reactions. Ether are less reactive than alcohols and react only with acids. So correct answer is acids. To get carboxylic acids directly from alcohol, which of the following oxidizing agents is used? To get carboxylic acid directly from alcohol, which of the following oxidizing agents is used? A. Alkaline KMNO4, B. Aqueous KMNO4, C. Acidified KMNO4, D. Anhydrous CrO3. What's the correct answer? Can anybody tell the answer? Anybody? To get
C.
carboxylic acid, yeah, tell. What's the correct answer? C. C. Acidified KMNO4 is the correct answer. Very good. Because strong oxidizers such as acidified potassium permanganate or acidified potassium dichromate convert alcohol to carboxylic acid immediately using CrO3 as the oxidizing agent is an anhydrazing media. However, only aldehyde can be produced. So C acidified KMNO4 is the correct answer. Next, electrolysis does not remove which of the following metals? Sodium Na, B magnesium Mg, C Al, D Fe. Electrolysis does not remove which of the following metals? Na, B Mg, C Al, D Fe, iron. Which one? It's also very easy. Iron is the correct answer. D Fe. In reality, choosing reducing agent is crucial to extracting a metal from its ore. Because iron is a very active metal, its oxides can be reduced with the carbon rather than electrolysis. Electrolysis is used to recover reactive metal is aluminium, while reduction the carbon is used to extract less reactive metals like iron. So iron is the correct answer. Again I read, electrolysis does not remove which of the following metals? Iron. Next, dash is a crystalline basic repetitive structural unit. A monomer, B molecule, C unit cell, D atom. A monomer, B molecule, C unit cell, D atom. A crystalline solid is made up of numerous tiny crystals. Each of refer to unit cell is the distinct term. A polymer basic unit is monomer and atoms create molecules which can be arranged to form solid, liquid or gases. Unit cell is the correct answer. Okay. Unit cell is the crystalline basic repetitive structural unit. The next, dash obeys Rowler's law in all stages of concentrations. It's also very easy. A ideal solution, B non-ideal solutions, C real solutions, D none of the mentions.
Ideal solution.
Very good, very good. Ideal solution is the correct answer. At all concentrations level, ideal solutions follow Rowler's law. Very good, ma. The next, which of the following conditions are satisfied when the cell reactions in the electrochemical cell is spontaneous? Delta G degree 0 greater than 0, E degree cell lesser than 0, E cell equal to 0, delta G degree lesser than 0. Which one? It's free energy. This, I think, delta G. Wow. The last one is correct answer. Delta G degree greater than 0. Which of the following conditions are satisfied when the cell reactions is spontaneous? Okay, the next. Which of the following is a true solutions? A. Salt solutions. B. Ink. C. Blood. D. Starch solutions. Which one? Which one correct? A. Salt solution. B. Ink. D. C. Blood. D. Starch solutions. Which of the following is a true solution? Very easy in this question. A true solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metric. First question already that solute plus solute is the correct answer is all solutions. Okay, first question. Check first question. Solute and solute. Two components. A true solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metric of particle size less than 10 minus 9 meter or 1 nanometer dissolved in the solvent. Ink, blood, and starch solutions are colloidal solutions. A simple solutions of salt in water, true solutions. Okay. Ink, blood, starch all are colloidal. True solution is salt solutions. A is the correct answer. The next, what type of solution is carbonary glass? Emulsion. A. Emulsion. B. Solid salt. C. Solid aerosol. D. Gel. Which one? What's the correct answer? What type of solution is carbonary glass? Cranberry. Sorry, cranberry glass. Not carbonary. Cranberry glass. A. Emulsion. B. Solid salt. C. Solid aerosol. D. Gel. Solid salt is the correct answer. Explain. Emulsion, solid salt, solid aerosols, and gel are types of colloidal solutions. Carbonate glass is formed addition of solid solute to a solid solvent. Gold salt and glass respectively. Hence, it is solid salt. Solid salt is the correct answer. Then next, what symbol is used to denote molality? Very easy. This one. Can anybody tell the answer? What symbol is used to denote molality? What symbol? Molality. Capital M, molarity.
Small m.
That is not correct answer. Capital M. Small m is the molality. Small m. M is used to denote molality. Capital M is molarity. And mm components millimolar concentrations. N denotes number of moles and on a component of a component. Okay. So correct answer is molality. B. Small m. Then next. Which of the following may be the most appropriate unit of expressing lead concentrations of drinking water? A. Mg. B. mm mole. C. ppm parts per million. D. parts per billion. Which one? This A. Mg. Small m, small g. Milligram. B also all are small. Millimole. C. ppm parts per million. D. parts per billion. Which one? Which of the following may be the most appropriate unit of expressing lead concentrations in drinking water? D is the correct answer. Drinking water should be absolutely clean from all sorts of toxic hazardous elements. Trace quantities may cause poisoning in the human body. Universally, it has been considered appropriate of express lead concentrations is ppb, parts per million of the drinking water. Okay. Then next, total pressure of gas mixture is the sum of the individual pressures, which law is reflected in the statement. A. Amagat's law. B. Rowlett's law. C. Dalton's law. D. Henry's law. C. Dalton's law is the correct answers. Total pressure of gas mixer is the sum of individual pressures, which law is reflected in the statement. Dalton's law is the correct answers. Amagal's law related to volume of gas mixtures and not pressure. Rowler's law related vapor pressures of solutions, not gas in mixers. Dalton's law is the correct answer. Pressure in gas mixer is a sum of partial pressures of individual gases. Henry's law deals with solubility of a gas is liquid, not pressure of the gas mixer. Dalton's law is the correct answers. Then which of the following is not a generally used electrolyte in the salt bridges used to connect the two half cells of an electrochemical cell? A. Sodium chloride. B. KNO3. C. KCl. D. ZnSO4. D. ZnSO4 is the correct answer. A salt which is a device used to connect to oxidations and reductions half cell of galvanic cell. Strong electrolytes are generally used to make the salt bridges is electrochemical cells. Since ZnSO4 is not strong electrolyte, it is not used to make salt bridges. D. ZnSO4 is the correct answer. Zinc sulfate. Which of the following is not a type of electrochemical cell? Voltaic cell, photovoltaic cell, electrolytic cell, fuel cell. Already I think this question I saw. For B, photovoltaic cell is the correct answer. Already saw on this question. A type of electrochemical cell generates electro energy and spontaneous chemical reaction. Photovoltaic cell is the correct answer. This is the solar converts light energy and electricity, not electrochemical cell. Electrolytic cell, a type of electrochemical cell that uses electrical energy drive non-spontaneous reactions. Fuel cell, a type of chemical to generate electrical energy through a chemical reaction between the fuel and the oxidant. Okay. Photovoltaic cell is the correct answer. This last one. What's the direction of flow of electrons in an electrolytic cell? A. Anode to cathode externally, anode to cathode internally, cathode to anode externally, cathode to anode in the solutions. What's the correct answer? What's the directions of flow of electrons in an electrolytic cell? Anode to cathode externally is the correct answer. In electrolytic cell, electrons flow from the anode, the cathode externally. Anode to cathode internally, incorrect. Electrons flow externally to in an electrolytic cell. Cathode to anode externally, opposite of correct flow in an electrolytic cell. Cathode to anode in the solution, the direction of electron flow is not in the solutions, but through the external circuit. Okay, correct answer is anode to cathode externally. Because electrons flow externally in an electrolytic cell. Again, I write what's the directions of flow electrons in an electrolytic cell. Anode to cathode externally is the correct answer. Okay, thank you. All the best for your exams, all students. Thank you.